Hello, I'm Master Corporal Kate Ballard. I'm an avionics systems technician with the Royal Canadian Air Force, and I'm really excited to be here at the Girls in Trades event. So currently I'm working in Winnipeg. I've just moved from Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. I moved all the way across the prairies to Winnipeg, Manitoba, my hometown. I've been in the Canadian Armed Forces now for about 14 years. I actually started in Winnipeg, got to get some experience in Ontario, got to get some experience in Saskatchewan, but now I get to be back home in Winnipeg and get to see all that the RCAF has to offer. I was 17. I joined the Naval Reserves as a musician, actually. So I joined the military to play music while I was in university, actually while I was still in high school. And I initially joined because I wanted to play music, and it offered an excellent opportunity for part-time employment during the school year. And then during the summer, I had the chance to travel all around and get full-time employment. And then I realized that the military actually really worked for me, and I wanted to make a career out of it as an avionics systems technician. I played trumpet and French horn. Those are my primary instruments, but I also play guitar, I play some mandolin, some fiddle, a little bit of everything. Not as much as I used to, but music's been a big part of my life, and I was really fortunate that it offered me a pathway into the military. I had considered the military, but I didn't really know much about the military before I got into it. I was playing soccer with a friend who said, "Hey, want to join the Navy with me? They need a French horn player." And I was shocked because I didn't even know there was a Navy in Winnipeg, for one, and I didn't realize they needed French horn players. But the reality is that, the Royal Canadian Air Force and the Canadian Armed Forces in general has so much to offer that if you've thought of a job, it probably exists in the military. I was actually studying at an electrical engineering technologist program at Red River College in Winnipeg. So while I was a reserve musician, I was studying in school, and I realized, hey, I can do what I do, but I can do it on airplanes, and I can do it with the experience and the skills that I've already learned through the Canadian Armed Forces. I can actually apply it to a career doing the similar thing, but on airplanes, and that was something that really piqued my interest. When I was a kid, I got to go to air shows, and I got to see, the snowbirds. I got to see all those teams, and I never imagined that I would actually get to take part in it. Because my first posting as a Royal Canadian Air Force member was with the snowbirds. So I had the chance to fix them. I had the chance to work with them. I had the chance to develop my skills with them, and then I had the chance to fly with them from show to show. So I never thought when I joined, playing soccer as a Naval Reserve musician, that I would one day get to fly and fix the snowbirds. So my role lately has kind of consisted of several different things. So our job, we work on our skills together. We develop our skills together. That happens either through Canadian Armed Forces training institutions in Borden, Ontario, but there's also opportunities to develop your skills in civilian colleges. So we have programs with civilian aviation colleges where we actually send people and we pay for your tuition. We're going to pay for your books, your tools, and we're going to give you a salary to go to school. So after you go to either a civilian college, you might go to a military institution, but after that, you're actually going to go and you're going to get to work on Royal Canadian Air Force aircraft. You're going to get to work with incredible people, develop your skills. You're going to learn together. There's times where you make mistakes, and that's part of the job. The important part is that there's integrity there. You got to own up to your mistakes and learn from them. That's the only way that we grow as a team and as individuals. There's lots of opportunity to develop yourself, and then you get to apply those skills that you've learned the next day to fix the jet the next day. So right from the beginning, we do what we call basic military qualification. And a big part of that, people might hear basic training and they have this idea of boot camp and, hundreds of push-ups in the rain. But in the reality, what it offers is an opportunity for you to grow and develop. So everyone from every occupation in the Canadian Armed Forces starts at basic training, whether it's basic military qualification or basic military officer qualification, everyone starts. So you're working with people from all sorts of other different trades across the Canadian Armed Forces, and you're learning, you're developing as a team. That's the biggest part of basic military qualification and basic training, is to learn how to work as a team together, to build that community right from the very beginning of your career. So right now it's a basic military qualification. It's about an 8 to 10 week course that you take, and basically you're going to develop those skills to work as a team, to learn discipline, to learn how to wear your uniform right from the very beginning. And then you get to take those opportunities when you go on through the rest of your career. You have people who have been through the same thing as you everywhere that you go, and it's a really strong community to get to work with. So a day in the life as an avionics technician. So there's 3 different ways it can look. There's like 3 different days really. So one day you might be training and developing your skills together. You might be working together. And then from there, you're generally going to apply those skills. So there might be what we call a snag, which is maybe a broken airplane, where you're actually going to be applying those skills that you worked together as a team to accomplish a problem. From there, you might make mistakes through those days. There might be times where like things happen, but those provide those opportunities to grow, improve, and learn. And then you apply those the next day. When you get to the 3rd day, you get to apply those skills that you've learned and developed together as a team. So my experience, I've worked on the Tutor, which is what the Canadian Forces Snowbird fly. So I've had the opportunity to fly on the Tutor. You generally start in Borden and you start learning on their training platform, and then you're going to essentially move to an aircraft, and you're going to specialize on that aircraft for a little bit. But after that opportunity, your first time, your first aircraft, your first fleet you get to work on, from there, if you want, you can actually go on to a different fleet. You can learn a new aircraft. So it offers variety. You get to experience something new, develop your career. Like I mentioned, I started as a musician, but I got to further develop my career. There's also opportunities once you start. Let's say you start in a trade, but you want to pursue university later in your life. There's also opportunities for you to study and have the military cover your tuition for your studies as well. What I really love about my life and my career and everything is, sometimes I think I might have had regrets, not going directly to what I wanted to do, to avionics systems tech right from the get-go. But for me, I look back now and I'm so grateful for the path that I've had to get where I am now. The journey I've taken, it hasn't really been linear. Most people don't go from musician to technician directly. That's not the path that everyone takes, but I'm really grateful that I took it, because it's provided me an incredible, diverse amount of opportunities to develop myself and to develop my career. It's been an incredible path that I never could have expected.